Man, you ever been at the point where you just like disgusted and just tired of life, people, even yourself? I'm at a point in my life, man. People don't have no idea. Instead, they just keep compounding and compounding me all of their issues on me. As if I ain't got enough issues. I'm fighting the pain. I ain't on no pain pills because it don't work with my stomach. So I'm fighting the pain just to be able to day-to-day take care of Ryder, Raylan, keep this house in order and them dogs. I got all this on my mind. Ain't nobody really here for me. They just constantly complaining and bickering, right? I was about to go to the shelter, but I called and they said I had to be there by 8 o'clock. They don't need for me to just be sitting out in the rain. It was crazy. She was ready to take me. But that's how you know when a person is all for themselves. I guess my biggest thing is at this point in my life, I don't want to depend on nobody that's constantly all for themselves. All right? I met a kid, had a psychological evaluation, totally out of control, crazy, all kind of behaviors. Then when the person grows up to do those behaviors, it's not genetics, it's not lack of love, it's not lack of parenting, it's not autism, it's not the mental health, it's your example. I think where I'm at in life, after all of this sickness, after everything I lost, everything I went through, to constantly hear people blaming me for their choices, their irresponsible choices, their lack of accountability in their choices, the lack of ownership in them choices. See, everybody that knows, anybody that called themselves a friend of mine for the last 10, 12 years, they'll tell you, what life did I have? What choice did I have? Leave my child around them too? No, they couldn't stay in school. They couldn't do anything, so you had to sit up under them. You had to keep them up under you because you had to protect everybody from them. Then you lose everything. The stress compounds on you. You constantly telling them, hey, I can't keep dealing with this. Nobody could do anything. They've been gone for 2 months, y'all. In that time period, I got diagnosed with multiple cancers. My back, I can't even walk. I've been complaining about my feet and my back. There's nobody cared. Everybody was selfishly living their own life, doing whatever they want, just telling me to shut up and continue to do what they needed me to do. See, I'm at a point in my life that this depression, imagine you can't do nothing for yourself. And those that you lost everything for so stuck up and selfish with themselves. $10,000, $7,000 on this investment, $3,000 to go back up to Buffalo. In the reality, a lot of this hardship didn't have to be. It's not like I made these decisions and, you know what I mean? I got less than 10% of it. So the reality, when you start to process it, you can't do anything but get disgusted. When you literally lost everything. Then they bring up things like, well, why don't your kids talk to you? Well, let's really talk about why they don't talk to me. I took a stance to stand with my wife. I should have knew those lies was lies. I understand why my kids feel the way they feel. What's crazy is they don't. You see, reality is, I wish I could say I'm just mad at my mom. But the reality, Lee and my mom, Vaughn and Fred, Jordan. I'm really at the place where life ain't life for me, man. Instead of these people realizing I'm at my end, they just compounded me their stress. They having money issues, but they control the finances. They do whatever they want, but yet it's still somebody else's fault. Maybe if you didn't make those bad investments, you would have a little nest egg to depend on. But when nobody could constantly tell a person to stop doing anything they want, of course it's somebody else's problem. You see where I'm at? I was supposed to get this back thing 2 weeks ago. Had no way there. I really ain't got no way there on the 23rd. And they know that. That's why some of these things, I believe, they're purposeful. I think a lot of this stuff is purposeful. I think people play victims because it's easier to portray a victim than it is to actually tell the world all the things that you did to villainize this person. If people actually knew But I'm not going to embarrass myself because I allowed that. But if people actually knew, the reality is the shame that people should have, most don't have. See, shame is something that's going to make you question you. It's going to make you question your motives. It's going to make you question your actions. It's going to make you question what it is and why you're doing what you're doing. But when people don't have shame, it's usually nothing that anybody that could tell them other than it's a game. So people play with people as if it's a game. They play with people till they no longer have a use for people. And then everybody that has dealt with that person will tell you how that person disregards people when they don't think they have a need for them. You see, they'll justify it as whatever they choose to justify it, but it's just evil. It's evil. It's a spirit of deception, manipulation, and using. And I think until people really start to process their own actions, they'll constantly just be complaining about how people choose to react to their actions. You see, if God could do anything for me, he gonna hit my back. Because if he could hit my back, I could go to work. If I could go to work, I could live anywhere and make money and get myself back together. But you can't do nothing when you got numbness in your legs, pain in your body. Then you got a bunch of people around you telling you it really ain't that bad. It really ain't that bad. For who? For you. It really wasn't that bad for you. That's the truth. It really wasn't that bad for either of you two. You see, when somebody else is a surrogate, somebody else has stepped in to be responsible for it, think about it. The children's behavior is a product of the wrong. Kids that I met when they were 7, 8 years old that had these behaviors. It's a product of the wrong. You see, that's what people do. People that have no honesty and have no ownership, they constantly have to find people to blame. See, people will hear my posts and they'll think, man, I'm just at a point where I am over the BS. The games, the deception, the cheating, the lying. I'm just over it. I'm over it. People could justify whatever they do and do it. Just do it. I'm over it, man. I would sleep out here if I could. The reality is I probably wouldn't make it a night in the condition that I'm in. So for somebody to want to take me out there like that, that just shows again, man, the evil that's in them, the entitlement, the ungratefulness. I mean, it's who they are. You see, people think I'm upset about what I lost. I'm not. I'm really upset of all I have to go through. Sometimes I ask God, why I gotta go through this? Why you pick me? Why you chose me to be this? Why do I gotta be the one to overcome? But I understand I was picked. And I was picked with a purpose. So I'm going to continue to focus on the throne. And I'm going to continue to thrive and move forward in here. Because I know the blessing that's ahead is so much more than the burden and the regrets that I live with in here. So I'm going to continue to pray and declare. Not only will my back be restored, after this surgery it'll be a quick recovery process. And I'm not going to be too proud to tell them if I need to go to a rehab, I need to go to a rehab. Because I don't have a home and I don't have nobody at home that's going to help me. That's why I've been putting this thing off. For all this time and a half time, I still get up, cook, clean, and do everything in that house as if nothing's wrong. Why? Because I don't have anybody that actually has a desire to help. Everybody has a desire to make money. Everybody has a desire to make money. It's sad that many people put money above their priorities. And the reality, those are the most broke people that you'll ever meet. The reality is, every investment that you do wrongfully is just a place that you're throwing money to. God ain't gonna bless chaos. If he knows that you did that without asking. He knows that you didn't even have a desire to ask the other half that was entitled to the other half. So God ain't gonna bless that. So it's gonna be another endeavor that leads to nothing. But we so proud to keep saying we are in charge to make those decisions until those decisions start creating stress, and then we start pointing. You know, at this point, that's why I'd rather be in the street. I am tired of the constant deception, the constant manipulation, the constant projecting. These ain't my kids. All these behaviors I met, these kids doing them behaviors. And you're right, I could change them. But for a mother to fix their mouth, a mother that constantly left her kids with this sick man, what does that say about you? Or the man you chose to have 2 kids with that constantly promises these kids and never do nothing. Come on, let's be real. LeBron ain't running around ignoring his responsibility. LeBron was actually trying to foster the family. In the reality, I get it. My kids only saw it one way. And I get it. The people that I sacrificed all this for, they only could see it their way. Does that change who I am? Negative. I'm still loving. Would I date a woman with kids? Yes. I don't look at one person and judge another person. Just because that person fumbled doesn't mean the next person will. It's just going to make me more aware. And anybody I choose to invest with moving forward, they're going to have a divine connection with God. If God don't have a purpose in their life, ain't no purpose for me to be in their life. Because if they lack accountability with him, they'll have a lack of accountability with me. If they can't submit to him and it's all about them, then it'll always be about them. You see, I'm just at a place where I'm tired, y'all. I ain't suicidal, because I can never be that weak. But I'm tired, man. If I went to sleep and it just ended, I probably wouldn't complain a bit. I'm tired. I'm tired of being overlooked. I'm tired of being taken advantage of. I'm tired of the constant wishy-washy, like the days. I'm tired of the constant lack of ownership. You did that. No matter how you choose to change how you did it, you did that. They did that. But instead, you did that. I mean, where I'm at in life, I'm just tired, guys. Whoever you are, whatever relationship you in, if it ain't giving you what you need, then get up out of there, man. Before you say I do, with a woman that got another man's responsibility, you make sure you are aware of who she is and how she feels about you. More importantly, how she feels about love. Because I think the biggest thing that bothers me about all of this, I heard more disrespect than I heard thank you. And when reality is, I sacrificed everything. Literally. Is that a person in Raleigh that will tell you, he literally gave up everything for her and them. People told me, hey, you gonna keep doing it. In the reality, you ain't never gonna change. They don't have a desire to see you for all that you are. And I didn't get it. But I do now. You see, and I can't be one of them to say, hey, man, I had some great exes. I ain't gonna sit here and tell nobody. I done been in some bad situations that I probably put myself in. But man, I had some great exes. I didn't come from a situation of just running around from place to people, to people, to people, to people, to people. No, I had long relationships. And the reality is, a lot of people, they're only accustomed to what they're used to living. So I'm not going to hold on to anything that doesn't need to be held on to. I'm not going to beg about this situation on men. Instead, I'm going to show the world how you rise. I'm going to rise out these ashes. I'm going to come up out the fire. I'm going to be healed. I'm going to be delivered. And I already know God set me free. See, I'm blessed. Regardless of the situation I am, I know I'm blessed. And while I'm blessed and I'm coming in, I'm blessed when I'm going out because I'm blessed. And in the end of the day, I'm going to keep declaring I'm blessed. Oh, despite that, I'm blessed. All alone out in the ailments, I'm blessed. With the cards stacked against me, I'm blessed. After the recovery, I'm blessed. Before the surgery, I'm blessed. I'm just blessed. And I ain't gonna let nobody change how I see myself ever again, because I'm blessed. And there's a lot of people that know that you're blessed. And instead of them being a blessing, they're gonna make it their job to try to bring the best out of you. So continue to strive and push. And remember how they taught, how they treated you and talked about you when you were down here. You ain't gotta return the favor. But don't ever forget how they treated you down here.